ओम नमो वेंकटेशाय। शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। यस्य स्मरणमात्रेण जन्मसंसारबन्धनात् विमुच्यते। नमस्तस्मै विष्णवे प्रभविष्णवे। So yesterday we saw the name of Krishna. Of course, apart from all these things, Bhagavan in his avatar as Krishna is all, in his avatar, the 8th avatar is called as Krishna. So Bhagavan is called as Krishna also. Let's move on to the next nama. Lohitakshaha. Lohita means red, Aksha means eyes. He has got reddish eyes. So Bhagavan's complexion is black, as we saw in the name of Krishna, but his eyes are very reddish in color. So and therefore he is called as Lohitakshaha. Lohite akshini yasya iti Lohitakshaha. That's what he says. Other meaning is Satrushu kopat rakte akshini yasya sa Lohitat. So at the time when he's seeing his devotees, his eyes become reddish because of the anger that he has got towards his enemies, and therefore he is called as Lohitakshaha. That's another meaning. Other meaning is since he has got this lotus-like flowers, lotus-like eyes, and the lotus is always reddish in color, and therefore his eyes are also reddish in color. The other reason why he has got the reddish in color is being talked of by the various bhaktas. They say Bhagavan is always looking at Mahalakshmi, who is doing this service to him in his presence, and therefore Mahalakshmi is always reddish in color because all her, she is called as the forest of the lotus. Because Padma Priye, Padmini Padma Haste, Padmalaye, Padma Dalayadakshi, Vishwa Priye, Vishnu Manonokole, Totpada Padma, Mai Sannidhasta. That's what Sri Suktam says. Even in Lakshmi Akshotram, we talk now, she's having this Padma Hasta, Padmakshim, Padma Sundari, Padmodbhavam, Padmamukhim, Padmanabha Priyamram. That means she has got all this. The lotus like she's sitting on lotus. Her hasta, that means her hands are like lotus, her eyes are like lotus, her face is like lotus, everything. So lotus, so reddish in color. So Mahalakshmi Tayar is reddish in color. So by looking at her continuously, the eyes have become, because always in the eyes, whatever the object that you see in presence gets reflected in your eyes, no? So that means when he is looking at Mahalakshmi, that reddish color has become a nature of his eyes, and therefore he is called as Lohita. Similarly, Mahalakshmi Tayar is always looking at Bhagavan, who is blackish in color, and therefore Tayar's, Mahalakshmi's eyes are blackish in color. That's what it is. Lohitaksha. Pratardanaha. Pralaye bhutani pratardayati hinasti iti pratardhanam. At the time of annihilation, Pralaya Kalam is withdrawing everything and then destroying everything, and therefore is called as Pratardanaha. Other meanings, Pratardana Shatru Himsakaha. One is able to destroy all his Shatrus, all his enemies at the time of taking various avatars, and therefore is called as Pratardanaha. Prabhutaha. Prakrishtani Bhutani Akashadini Yasmat. That means he has created this great Panchabhutas. Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apaha, and then Prithvi. All these Panchabhutas are being created from Bhagavan, and therefore he is the source of this various Panchabhuta, and therefore he is called as Prabhutaha. Other meaning is Jnana Aishwaryadi Gunaihi Sampannaha Prabhutaha. That means one who is full, complete with all these various gunas like Jnanam, Balam, Aishwaryam, Viryam, Shakti, Tejas, and therefore is called as Prabhutaha. Sarva Samharepi Prabhutaha Samruddhaha Nitya Nirmaya Yoda Bhogaha Pakarana Paramapadatvat. That means one who has got this various places of enjoyment in his this Paramapadam and other places, and therefore is complete. Bhuta means very big, and therefore is called as Prabhutaha. The next Tiranama is Trikakub Dama. Three means three, English three also three. Kakud, one has got this three portions in his various, when he incarnated as Varaha Avatara, he had three kind of projections in his avatar. That means one has got this, the face was a projection, that two bhujas, that means the two shoulders, these three things are like three peaks, and therefore he has got the three kapud dama. That means one place means places, dama means place. So one, he had these three types of peaks in his places, and therefore is called as Trikakud dama. That is what is the one meaning of Varaha Avataram. Other meaning is Trikakud dama. That means one who has got these three lokas, Urdhva Adya Madhya Vaidana Tisrinam Kakuka Baby Dameti Trikakud dama. That means one who is the dama means the place of residence in three places, in this Burlokam, Bhuvarlokam and Suvarlokam. So all these three places are his places of residence, which are forming under the control of Indra, and therefore he is called as Trikakub Dama. Pavitram. Pavitram means one who is pure. Yena Punati Yova Punati Rishihi Devatava Tat Pavitram. That means one who is not only pure, one is able to make his people who are devoted to him also absolutely pure. That means we saw that in this early portion of this Purvangam, we saw Pavitranam Pavitram Yo Mangalanam Cha Mangalam. That means one who is able to provide purity to pure things. Like for instance, one of the purest things is Ganga. Ganga is pure. Why is it pure? Because it got associated with the feet of the Bhagavan as such. Bhagavan, when he incarnated as Vamana Avatara, so at that time when he took that what do you call this promise from this Mahabali, saying that he will give land measured by 3 of his feet, Bhagavan started increasing his size, and what happened was, when he lifted his the second, in 1 feet he measured the entire universe, and when he lifted the second feet to measure the entire universe, at that time the toe of the Bhagavan, the left toe of the Bhagavan extended up to the Brahma Lokam, and Brahma immediately did Abhisheka to his toe through his this Kamandala Patram, and that water which got associated with the Bhagavan's feet became the Ganga as such. So anything associated with Bhagavan becomes pure, and therefore is called as Pavitra. Mangalam Param. Similarly, auspiciousness is the ultimate auspiciousness. One was the purity. Not all things which are pure may be Mangalam. Mangalam means auspicious. For example, this flowers are auspicious. Then Deepam is auspicious. Then the plantain tree is auspicious. Those are all auspicious things, Mangalam. So Bhagavan is both Pavitram and Mangalam. So Mangalam things need not be auspicious. For example, Ganges is pure, but is not auspicious. So Bhagavan, so the auspicious and pure things need not be the same. But Bhagavan is both the same. Bhagavan is Pavitram as well as Mangalam. He is not only pure, he is also auspiciousness, because he has got Mahalakshmi in his chest ever. Mahalakshmi is ever residing in his chest, and therefore he is ever auspiciousness, and therefore he is called as Mangalam Param. We will move on to the next sloka. Ishana Pranada Prano Jeshta Shreshta Prajapatihi Hiranyagarbho Bhugarbho Madhavo Madhusudanaha. The namas are Ishanaha, Pranadaha, Pranaha, Jeshtaha, Shreshtaha, Prajapatihi, Hiranyagarbha, Bhugarbha, Madhavaha, Madhusudanaha. Ishanaha, Sarvabhuta Niyantratvat Ishanaha. That means one who is appointing the various bhutas, various gods, demigods, and therefore is called as Ishana. One is able to. Isham Rudranam Ayati Cheshtayati iti Ishanaha. So that means he is appointing and them, leading them also, and therefore is called as Ishanaha. Pranadaha, Pranan Dadati Cheshtayati iti Pranada. One who is able to offer this prana to the various jivatmas. So when the jivatmas are burnt, Bhagavan is the person who is giving the prana to the people, and therefore he is called as Pranadaha through his the purpose of in fact all these involuntary actions are all Bhagavan only. Bhagavan says in Gita, he is the person who is digesting the food also. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhuta Praninam Deha Masita Pranapana Samayukta Pachamyannam Chaturvidam. That means through the prana and the apana vayu, he is digesting this entire food. We don't digest the food. It is the Bhagavan who is doing it inside him, inside all of us, by creating this Vaishvanar Agni. Each of us have got this Vaishvana, Jatara Agni. It's also called as Jatara Agni. The Agni is there. That's why, you have temperature is there, 98.4 degrees. That is what is the Agni being maintained. That Agni is the one which is digesting the food that we take inside all of us. So similarly, Bhagavan has given this Pranavayu to all of us so that we are able to breathe and then live in this world, and therefore is called as Pranadaha. Other meaning of Pranadaha is, there are instances where Bhagavan has brought back the expired devotees also. He has given back the prana to them. For example, one such example is Parikshit. Parikshit is the son of Abhimanyu. He was in the womb of his mother. He was not yet delivered. Uttara was his mother. When Abhimanyu was killed in the battle by this Duryodhana and his people. So at that time when the war was over, Ashwatthama wanted to entirely this Nishpandam, that means he wanted to completely destroy the Pandava Vamsham. The only thing that was available at that point of time, apart from this Pancha Pandavas, was this Parikshit in the Garbha of Uttara. So he wanted to even destroy that. So he hurled a Brahmastra against this particular child, so that the Brahmastra can go and kill that child in the mother's womb. So at that time that Uttara, she was feeling so much of the heat and the pain, and therefore she was surrendered to Krishna Paramatma and said, Pahi Pahi Paramatma. That means she surrendered unto him, and then Krishna Paramatma immediately entered into the womb of Uttara and then protected that child, and even though Brahmastra killed that child, he brought back that child back to life, and therefore he gave that prana back to that child, and therefore he is called as Pranadaha. Pranaha, Praniti Pranaha, Chetragya Paramatmava Mukhya Prana. That means he is the Mukhya Prana. That means, as I told you, when the creation was completed, the entire 14 lokas are cleared, they were all inert, nothing was happening in this universe. Then once Bhagavan entered into this universe, that means Bhagavan became the prana for this entire universe, entire Vishwam, then only the whole dynamism and the entire thing started acting. So Bhagavan is the prana or the entire essence or the Mukhya Prana of this entire universe, and therefore he is called as Pranaha. Pracheshta, Cheshta, Katvatva, Prana. That means one is able to move around the what do you call this, activate the entire thing is called as Pranaha. Next is Jeshtaha. Jeshtaha means one who is Vriddhatamo Jeshtaha, Sarva Karanatvat Jeshta. That Jeshtaha, that means one is the eldest person because he is the person who was he was there right from the beginning, and therefore he is called as Jeshta. In Ramavatara, he was the eldest son of Rama Dasharatha, and therefore he is called as Jeshta. Let's see the other namas tomorrow.